Good day, everyone. I'm Raul B. Arabi Jr. from SDO Tabaco City, Bicol Region. I am here to discuss about economics and the political economy of adult education by Richard Desjardins. These are the three questions that can be answered in this research study. First, what is economics of education? The economics of education is a rapidly growing and evolving field that applies a diverse array of economic theories, models, and quantitative methodologies to understand, analyze, and improve the performance of education systems. Second, what is the political economy of education? The political economy of education is embedded within the underlying social, political, economic, and educational structures of the country within which reforms are promoted or resisted. Third, what is the role of adult education in economic development? It concludes that adult education programs are veritable tools designed to equip adults who are the economically productive and active citizens with required knowledge, attitudes, skills, and commitment needed for meaningful socio-economic development. The foundations for economists' interest in adult education. It brought the question of how educational resources could be effectively managed to meet the growing demand in strategic objectives. Sowing the seeds for the growth of the measurement industry in education, economists began searching for measures of educational productivity so as to enable analyses that would inform on the most effective and efficient ways to manage education. The relevance of the human capital framework in adult education. The underlying theory emphasized the investment value of education by making explicit links between the role that education plays in raising the quality of labor and in turn productivity growth. Theoretical reasoning within this framework, which is well supported by empirical research, suggests that education and learning boost skills and in turn employability, productivity, wages, and growth. The human capital framework is highly relevant for adult education, exerting both positive and negative effects depending on whose perspective. So, what's wrong with the human capital framework? First, the theoretical framing of applications can be problematic. Second, and related to the first point, interpretations of micro-level statistical results generated within the framework often underplay the aggregation problem inherent to all micro-level research in the social sciences. Third, the conceptualization of adult education itself and what is considered to count as training may detract or thwart attention from some types of adult education. Empirically, it is unclear to what extent the policy attention that economists have brought to adult education via the human approach has been entirely detrimental to a non-job related adult education. Shifts in the OECD policy agenda on adult education and the role of alternative political economy perspectives. 1. The current education modernization Keynesian framework. The OECD introduced an alternative or planning strategy to implement lifelong education, which emphasized the economic role of education. 2. Lifelong learning neoclassical framework. It emphasized universal access to learning opportunities over the entire lifespan. Third, skills strategy, new political economy of skills framework. It leads to the formulation of an alternative analytical perspective which can lead to very different policy implications. Some implications and challenges for research and adult education. 1. The diversification of research and perspectives. Second, reframing perspectives on the role of adult education in society. To sum up, adult education is closely related to economic, social, and human functioning. These are fundamentally linked and cannot be neatly distinguished. Adult education plays a central role in society by enabling complex communication and governance across distinct but interdependent subsystems and should be framed and approached as such rather than in piecemeal fashion.